Hi, everybody. Welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Wednesday, special Wednesday show, June the 21st, 2023. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than the back of Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr.
Oh,
Beer
sorry.
Samurai.
I was taking a selfie
Why were you taking a selfie?
because it's National Selfie Day.
Happy National Selfie Day, everybody.
So I got my selfie, and that's the
segue to start the show. That's amazing. Who's better than us?
Hey, there we go. But that's it's also the picture I'm going to use for my first check-in. I'm going to need to check that in because I haven't checked it in yet.
Fair enough. All right. And just out of curiosity, what beer is it? We'll get to it in a minute, but what beer is it?
It's a carton beer.
Carton beer, okay.
It's called Waits for You, Vienna
Waits
Lager.
for You.
And it is really clever if you're a Billy Joel fan.
So it's a Vienna Lager. So basically, Vienna waits for you.
Vienna. Well, I've been waiting for this actually
most of the day. I got you. So Vienna waits for you. So it's a Billy Joel reference, and that leads us to.
Oh yeah.
Happy World Music Day.
World Music Day. Hence my shirt.
Hence your shirt. Now I got a question for you. Is it Happy World, like International, National, World Music Day, or is it Happy World Music Day? Because this is a genre of music that's world music.
I would go with that genre, and frankly, I would argue that they actually do qualify for that because there's a lot of Aboriginal beat.
Fair enough.
In what they write. But I do believe it is world music as far as the genre is concerned, rather than not a day for the world to celebrate music.
Right. So in other words, technically, if it was a national day, it would be Happy National World Music Day kind of thing, so to speak. Ish.
I think it'd be International Music Day if it was the one for, I don't know.
International World Music Day. There you go.
International World Music Day. No, I don't know, but I think it's world music as a genre it's being celebrated.
Fair enough.
Today. So if you want to get into some Indian raga, Tibetan throat singing, which is awesome, I think one would argue that Swedish death metal.
Do you like Tibetan throat singing better than Mongolian throat singing?
Oh, you're right. It's Mongolian, not Tibetan. I've never heard of Tibetan. You're right. It's Mongolian.
Mongolian throat singing. I thought maybe there was one. That's why I asked you.
No. It is Tibetan. And then there's the Swedish death metal, and it's funny because Swedish death metal, and I've seen videos where you've got Mongolian throat singers with Swedish death metal groups.
Interesting.
Which is it's extremely interesting.
Very interesting.
But the point of it is there's so many different interesting styles of music throughout the world. Will it be something to your like? No, you're probably not used to it. But you know what? You go out there and explore, just like we explore new beers and new styles in different countries and all that. That's what we do.
I actually back when I had my recording studio back in the 90s, early 90s, I had a world music group come in, right? And they blocked out the studio for 2 weeks and recorded an album. And I mean, they used samples from everything, and they used we were sampling German records. We were sampling and speech to some degree.
Like Hasselhoff?
No. Actual like speech. And then and then obviously different types of beats and different, they brought in rain sticks, they brought in
didgeridoos.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember one time sitting in the Cloverleaf Tavern. I would go to the Cloverleaf alone a lot because you're always going to meet somebody interesting. And I went there to watch the World Cup. I forget what year this was. And I'm sitting next to this guy. And so we start talking a little bit about the game. And then I start talking because he had a bit of an accent. So I asked him where he's from. He said it was from South Africa. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I manage a band and they're on tour, but you've probably never heard of them. I said, yeah, from South Africa. The only band I've ever heard of is Ladysmith Black Mambazo. He's like, well, that's the band I manage.
Said that there, yeah.
And I said, well, to be honest, the only reason I know them is because they sang backups on Diamonds on the Soles of Their Shoe by Paul Simon.
Sure.
Right. I think they're on a few songs on the Graceland album.
I believe so, yeah.
So that was interesting. You just poured something.
I did. I just poured home. I'm sorry. Nope, not that one. I poured wannabe.
So home port is a wannabe.
Yeah, right.
From Coastal Days.
Wannabe bun from Coastal Days Brewery in Fort Myers, Florida. So I figured coastal drinking
Coastal. There you go.
There you go. Coastal drinking coastal on the first day of summer.
It is summer solstice, is it not?
Happy summer. Happy summer, Dave, and happy summer, everybody.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
To all my Wiccan friends.
That's pretty tasty. Nice blonde, nice, easy. It's nice.
Nice.
Now, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What does now? You've seen that IATYWYB.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Or
no, it's actually stands for, somebody looks at it on your shirt and they say, "What does that mean?" And you say, "If I tell you, will you buy me a beer?" And they go, "Sure." And I go, "Okay. If I tell you, will you buy me a beer?" And they go, "Yes."
That one, gotcha.
If I tell you, will you buy me a beer? Is what it means, right? So, what does my tagline under my name mean?
See, my tagline says, "Huh? What?" And I told John before, I'd actually typed that in before I saw the tag under his name.
That's pretty funny.
Rolling on the hardcore docks of San Francisco.
That's good. That's a good guess. That's very good. You want to take another?
No.
No. All right.
No,
well, seeing as it is summer solstice, roll out the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. There you go.
Yeah, that was my third guess.
I wasn't going to sing it. I just said it. Because if I sing it, it's an earwig, right? You'll be singing it all night and all day tomorrow.
Well, the funny thing is, I got through ROT. I'm like, roll out the barrel, and it never clicked.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Yes. Roll out those.
Stop it.
No. Okay.
Stop it.
I gave you 3 notes. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, this is pretty good. This Coastal Days.
Yeah, and this Vienna lager from Carton is it's no awkward tan lines.
No, but what is?
And I'm contractually obligated to say that.
Absolutely. And what is awkward tan lines? This is awkward tan lines.
There you go.
All right.
So, a word from our sponsor.
Or
for those who are listening and they're not watching, it's a picture of the label, so it's 1,000 words from our sponsor.
Pretty much, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. Very good. I like what you did there.
See where I went there?
I see where you went there. iPad. That's very good. All right. So we got a few things to talk about today.
A few. Oh, you skipped a day.
Oh yeah. Let's go back. You
skipped one important day.
It is also Happy World Giraffe Day.
Okay, that was not the one, but okay, yeah, it is World Giraffe, and we do, and frankly, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely appalled by people that hunt these things.
Oh yeah, no, that's horrible.
Why would you shoot a giraffe? They don't. It's not even sporting because they move rather slowly.
Right.
Stand there. They're not going to be. I don't know if they're that easily spooked. They're beautiful animals, and why do you have to? I don't understand why killing something that beautiful and that's stately.
Well, clearly, it's the only reason anybody's doing that is for taxidermy, right? I mean, that's really it.
To have it in their house and say, "Look what I did!" Like,
good idea. I shot an animal that couldn't get away from itself.
Yeah,
right.
Asshole.
I
loved when Ricky Gervais really takes these people on when they post this stuff up. He finds it and he just lambasts them about it.
Mm-hmm.
And 100% behind him on these things.
Mm-hmm.
But there is one more celebration today.
There is, and I knew which one you meant, but I wanted to throw that one up there so
we can talk about it.
And also bust chops a little bit. But you know what? Here it is. It's Happy International Day of Yoga.
Now, there's a lot of breweries that do yoga.
They do. It's a thing. It's Sunday morning per se. 11 o'clock, 11:30. They'll have people come in and do yoga. I was going to say women, guys go in too. And
I don't understand this
more women do yoga than men. That's the thing. But men do it too. But they'll go in, they'll do yoga for an hour, hour and a half, or whatever, and then th'll hang around and have a couple of beers afterwards. So
I'm glad they're doing the beers afterwards because it makes you gassy. And one reason I won't do yoga in a crowd is because I'm sorry, I'm gonna fart.
Yeah.
And I know they say, "Oh, it's just natural. Don't worry about it." Like, oh no, some of mine are unnatural.
Right.
Quite unnatural.
Well, I mean, just watch what you eat and drink before you do yoga, and then you'll be good.
Yeah, no. So I don't do that. But beer and yoga. You've seen that meme, Irish yoga.
I have.
It's just like a whole bunch of drunk people bent over stuff and in very awkward positions.
Very awkward positions. That's Irish yoga. Yes.
Irish yoga.
That's Irish yoga. I wish I actually had the meme to show, but you get the idea. You get the idea. By the way, speaking of getting the idea, if you haven't guessed already, it is just the two of us tonight.
Oh yes. Oh, and also speaking of Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Ireland,
so
segue to.
Couple weeks ago, we mentioned the Lager Room Guys' first ever contest, and it was guess how many Guinnesses the Beer Samurai will drink whilst in Ireland.
Yep.
And we said that each show after this, we would give one clue that will help you towards that number. Not that there's a set number yet. There's no set number, but there's certain things of information that you need to know that's going to set it one way or the other.
This is completely arbitrary because Dave really has absolutely no idea how many he will drink.
No, none.
So
this is just
we will not know who wins until he's coming back from Ireland. That's the bottom line.
So don't even ask John; he's not going to know. We're not going to. I will count them up. And the thing is, I will probably. I don't know if I'm going to check everyone in. I might check everyone in on Untapped, but by then. You have to have all.
Well, it doesn't matter if you check them in. The guesses have to be in before you leave. So
by 11:59:59 on August 4th, and the reason being is, and here's your first. Now we said that we would do it every show after that, and the very next show we completely forgot to do it. Right, so we're going to give you two today. Give you two today. So first are the dates I will be there. Okay, I leave on the 7th, but I don't land in Ireland until the 8th. We fly back around noon on the 15th. Okay, so we're looking at 6 full days in Ireland. Okay,
the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. 6 full days.
6 full days.
So, but parts of the 8th and I mean, you're not going to really do anything.
Maybe on the 15th, if we go for Irish breakfast and we go to one of the early bars.
Right.
You can get a pint of Guinness at like 7 in the morning at some places in Dublin. And there's other places in Ireland as well that
suffice to say, there's more of a window on the 8th to fit in more beer than there is on the 15th.
Yes, because we'll be going to lunch right from the airport.
But 6 full days and parts.
And I can give you this one hint. It'll be more than one. It'll be more than one because as soon as we land, we're going for lunch. And we're going to a place that pours Guinness. No, it's not. It's not. This is part of the date thing, also the promo that will go Facebook Live. My first Guinness in Ireland.
There you go.
Okay, and I'll try to get the bartender involved. See if he's willing to, or she is willing to come on and show us how to pour the proper pint.
Or they.
So. Number 2, because we got to catch up. Number 2, we are going for Carrie's birthday.
Right.
And Carrie's youngest is 20 years old, legal to drink, coming with us.
There you
go. All right. So there's your second parameter, let's say, that can help you maybe figure out a number one way or the other.
Able to drink there, not able to drink
here. No. Right. But there it's 18.
Right.
I think it used to be 9.
I believe it was 9 up until a couple of years ago. Then it went to 14, and they said, let's just get it to 18.
Yeah, let's get it to 18. Much to the consternation of the 5-year-olds.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, I mean, at home.
But then again, in Irish law, Guinness doesn't count.
It's true, because it is mother's milk.
It's just mother's milk. It's not a beer. Honestly, Irish doctors would prescribe Guinness to lactating mothers.
There you go.
So that's I think that's where it got its name, mother's milk.
There you go.
Is one of the nicknames. But the other nickname is my favorite nickname for it. The
Now, Irish mothers wouldn't prescribe Guinness to lactating doctors, though, right? No.
Yeah, they might.
They might. Right?
But my favorite nickname for it is the pint of black.
Pint of black.
Pint of black. Go in and order a pint of black.
All right, so let's refresh. Let's round it up. Dave is going to Ireland. He's leaving on the 7th, but he's not arriving in Ireland until the 8th because it's a later flight on the 7th. By the time he gets there, it's
we're taking a red eye.
Right. So, and he'll be back. He'll be leaving Ireland on the 15th in Ireland, but arriving back in
the States on the 15th.
The States on the 15th, same day. So
after like a 3-hour layover in Reykjavik.
There you go. Fair enough. All right. Now,
and if I do manage to find a Guinness in Ireland, in Reykjavik, Iceland, it does not count.
It doesn't count because this is in Ireland.
This is whilst in Ireland.
Right. So now, so 6 days, 6 full days in Ireland, and a lot of the 8th, not the full day, but a lot of the 8th, and a little bit of the 15th.
Yeah.
And he will be with Carrie and her 20-year-old, and the 20-year-old is legal to drink there, whether he will or not.
Not a drinker, actually,
but it is legal there for. Anyway, so those are your first 2 clues, and the information. So you need to write in. This is the way we want to do it. Facebook, just message into the Log Room Guys page on Facebook. Message in by 11:59 p.m. Before midnight, if you will, on August 4th.
Because August 8th will be the last. I'm sorry, August 1st will be the last clue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's got to be in by the 4th. You'll have all the clues then. John and I have been discussing if we will be having a show on the 4th or not. If we do not have a show on the 4th, then on the 11th, you'll get 2
clues. Right.
So, and John is working up a splash screen to put up and pin on the Locker Room Guys
I'll
page.
put that up. That'll go up tomorrow or Friday. It'll be up this week. It'll be up tomorrow or Friday. It'll be up live, and we'll pin it to the top of the Facebook page. But all you need to do is go to the Facebook page. You can read it, and each of the in that thread on that post, I'll edit the post, and it'll remain at the top of the page. I'll edit the post with all the rules, so you can always check them at all the rules and all the clues too.
Oh no, don't put the clues. They got to watch the show to get the clues.
Very true. Very true.
Watch the show to get the clues. So all the rules will be up there, and just once again, and Jersey Johnny's going to change hats here, not literally, and he's going to go from podcast co-host to representative for Coastal Brew Works and announce what the grand prize is.
The grand prize is actually, I'm going to give you weekly. I'm going to tell you something else that's in the grand prize. Okay. So this is the first one. We're just doing one this week. It will be a T-shirt. That will be part of the grand prize. Will be a Coastal Brew Works T-shirt.
Yeah, it'll be out of the backstock, extra small.
Actually, you have your choice. We have extra small and 4X.
4X.
One of the two.
4X, at least you can make a tent out of it.
Right. Or you can actually make 2 shirts out of it if you want.
There you go.
No. We'll actually
Co-brew Stalworks.
There you go. Co-brew Stalworks. Right. We actually we'll ask your size. We'll ask your size, so that's fine. But
we're not monsters.
Right, we're not monsters here. We'll let you pick. But yeah, so that's one of the prizes in the package. Will be a Coastal Brewers T-shirt. So there's more. Next week we'll tell you more, and so forth and so on. So,
no, there's no more.
No, there's no more, huh?
Well, there's a splash.
Hold on. Have the splash. You got to have the splash.
Mm-hmm. I guess I need to grab my second beer.
There you go.
All right. Okay. So now that we're through all that.
Now that we've done that, so keep an eye out for it. Make sure you get your guesses in. Make sure you get your guesses in by 11:59 or before midnight on Facebook. Message into the Log Room Guys page, right where you're watching this. If you're watching it live right now, or if you're listening to it on a repeat on the audio, just go to Facebook. You can access it without following the page. We prefer you follow the page, but
that's actually one of the rules, is it not? Facebook.
I was getting there. Yes, we prefer you follow the page, and the reason we prefer you follow the page is because in order to qualify to win the prize. You have to like and follow the
Locker
Locker Room
Room
Guys
Guys.
on Facebook and on Instagram. On Facebook if you have it, on Instagram if you have it, and on Twitter if you have it. That's it. So
And
there you go.
I'm going to do this just because it's just such a great sound.
That's very nice.
Right next to the mic.
That's very pretty.
Beautiful thing. Let me get this thing poured.
So,
pouring it into a glass I haven't used in a while.
And what is that?
There's a reason for it. So first, I'll tell you what the beer is. And John sent this to me. We had this guest on the show. Oh, how long ago was that?
3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks. Was it 3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jake Howell from Second Sin was on the show, and he makes a beer called Barleyman's Best because, like me, he is a Tolkien nerd and a half. Barleyman Butterbur is the proprietor of the Prancing Pony in Bree, Middle Earth, 51223. No, I don't think they have zip codes.
No, that's North End.
But this is an English pub ale, and so what?
I know. The only other than New Jersey zip codes, I know 60601. I mean, Chicago, Illinois, 60601. Or is that Northbrook, Illinois?
I don't remember.
It's one of the two.
But I decided to pour it into this because I think it fits in this because this mug is ceramic. It's large, and in my hand it looks like that mug that is in Mary's hand when he comes back from the bar, and Pippin looks at him and goes, "What is that?" Because they call it a pint. So if I have, so this looks like a pint glass in a hobbit's hand.
There you go.
Right in this size. So I figured it was and they're in the Prancing Pony when that occurs.
There you go.
So drinking Barleyman's probably not his best at the time because if you remember afterwards and when Gandalf found out that they had left with Strider, aka Aragorn. Butterbur was afraid that Gandalf was going to kill him.
This is the nerd portion of the podcast.
This is the very nerding out portion. But Gandalf was so happy that he cast a spell on Barleyman Butterbur's beer that it would be of the finest quality of excellence for the next 7 years.
So in essence, it would be Barleyman's Best.
Yes.
Hence,
but I'm saying that when Mary was drinking it, it may not have been his best.
It may not have been that at that point, right?
So. Cheers. I'm gonna finish this last sip, and I'm gonna open my to all hobbits out there. That's an English pub ale.
There you go. There's a crawl right there. Barleyman's Best, 4.2% English pub ale. Very tasty beer.
Yeah, I'm glad I let that warm up a little bit too.
Yeah,
because it's served at proper English pub temp, which is nearly room temp.
And there you have it.
Alrighty then.
All right, I'm pouring my second right now. It's another Coastal Days Brewery beer.
Is it? Well, we know what it is already. We popped up the splash.
This is true. I did. All right. I'm excited to try this one.
And he's got it. So those who are listening, going, "What the hell is going on?" He's taking his picture to put up on Untapped.
Untapped, right? Exactly.
Yeah. If you guys ever want to see what we drink on the show, one thing we started a little while ago is we have two locations. We have the Locker Room Guy Studio North, that would be here,
and the Locker Room Guy Studio South, that would be here.
There you go.
So anything that Dave drinks when he went on the show. When he checks it into Untapped, he checks it into Locker Room Guy Studio North. I check it into South.
Reminds me, I need to. And actually, I was at John's the other night and drank a beer. And even though we weren't on the show, I did check into the Studio South.
You did
because I don't have too many options.
Well, you could have checked into J&J's Outpost.
Oh yeah, that's and. Here, when I'm not on the show, it's Ferrero Cuyoden. which is I think it's Japanese for ferret castle.
Right.
Anyway, the aforementioned 20-year-old has a ferret. The ferret's been on the show, actually.
Ferret has been on the show. So the beer I'm drinking, obviously you saw it pop up before, Homeport. It's a 5.5% honey wheat from Coastal Days Brewery in Fort Myers.
Honey wheats are a hard thing to do. There's only one honey wheat I've ever had that I liked.
Mm-hmm. And
that would be Flounders.
Yep.
And if you remember, there's a reason it's so good. They do it in collaboration with, do you remember?
The Beery.
No, they did. I thought that was a Sam Adams collab.
Oh, it was. That's right. It was a Sam Adams collab.
Right.
Yes, he went. Yeah, Jeremy went up and brewed it up at Sam Adams. He won that contest and went up and brewed with Sam Adams. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is pretty tasty. I will tell you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice, because honey can be a really hard thing to work with in a beer.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice. It's nice. It's not overpowering. The wheat's subdued. The honey's subdued. It's nice. It's very subtle, all around. Nice and clean. Good drinking. Good. I'm enjoying it. So there you go. Homeport by Coastal Days Brewery. Days spelled D-A-Y-Z. So we're gonna now they're in Fort Myers, Florida. There's Coastal Karma Brewing over on the
other coast.
On the other coast of Florida. So and there's also Coastal Massachusetts.
Yep.
Brewing up in Beverly, Massachusetts. And we plan on collabs with all three of these breweries.
News, folks, they plan on collabs with every brewery in the country.
Pretty much, yeah. We will be doing 10,000 different collabs over the course of the next 6 months. Eight months.
Except for maybe Climax. Oh, and now
No.
You might.
No.
Well, definitely or Neshaminy Creek.
I would like to brew a Squid Ink IPA with Climax, is what I want to do.
It's just a fad. This Squid Ink stuff.
Yeah, right.
And the thing is, back to this is almost a it is foreshadowing of the top three, but sometimes I think Dave sounds a little like Tom Carvel.
Oh yeah, a little bit. How you doing? Tom Carvel here. Dave Hoffman here. Yeah, they're one of the same.
Yeah. Fudgy the Whale's just a fad.
Fudgy the Whale. Cookie Puss. And then, of course, the St. Patrick's Day version of Cookie Puss.
Yes.
Cookie Opus.
Yes, it was Cookie Opus, not Cookie McPuss.
Cookie Opus. Right.
Cookie Opus.
Right.
And if you use red and white frosting, you made Santa Claus.
Yes.
The Santa Claus cakes were also the same damn mold. All four of these things that we talked about are the same ice cream cake mode.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's genius. It was genius. You only need one mold to do 4 seasonal cakes. 3 seasonal cakes and 1 year-round cake.
Right.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I loved that. And of course, back in the day, that's what you got. I mean, you want an ice cream cake. They didn't. I mean, Haagen-Dazs had ice cream.
They did.
Okay, but they didn't have cakes. Okay?
Baskin-Robbins, however, did.
Baskin-Robbins did, but not anywhere near as readily and readily available and accessible as they are now. So, if you back in the day, if you wanted ice cream cake, 9 times out of 10, or if not more often, and when I say more often than 9 times out of 10, I don't mean 9.5 times out of 10. I mean like 95 times out of 100. All right. You went to Carvel. I know you went to Carvel.
And the best thing about a Carvel ice cream cake, they all had them. That layer of crunchies.
The layer of crunchies. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what made Carvel ice cream cakes. That layer of crunchies. When Baskin-Robbins did start doing cakes, they got fancy with all different types of ways of doing it, and then they finally realized, I gotta put crunchies in it.
Yeah, gotta.
You gotta put crunchies in it.
Absolutely gotta. So that was good, but
So what else is going on? So we got
Okay.
solstice today.
So we got solstice today. Today is
I'd be
solstice. Right?
remiss.
It is summer right now. We are in summer right now.
Well,
Now
we've been summer for a little bit.
we've been summer for a couple of hours now. I just want to read you. Now I am down the shore.
And
Okay.
and since and when Memorial Day happens, the shore becomes a very impossible place to be.
Right. Exactly. But keep in mind now, it is the first day of summer, and right now, currently at 7:41 p.m.
Can I guess? Can I guess? Can I guess?
Go for it.
67 degrees.
It is 62 degrees
Wow, even colder.
with a real feel in the sun, which there isn't any right now because it's raining, of 55 degrees.
Because it's raining and you're wet.
Because it's raining and we're wet. Yeah. So the first day of summer, it is now summer, and it feels like early spring or late fall.
Well, it's always cooler down the shore.
Early spring or mid fall, I should say.
It's always cooler down the shore.
I mean, if you drive 1 mile inland from here, it's always going to be
10 degrees.
Well, no, it's always in the summer, it's going to be 10 degrees warmer. In the winter, it's going to be 10 degrees colder.
Yes, this is true. Oh, guess what? I just looked up the temperature here. Guess what the temperature is here?
What is it?
Actually, 67.
67. Well, there you go.
There we go.
When I say 10 degrees, it's not, it's actually, I exaggerate. It's about 5 degrees. But you drive a mile west of the shore. I'm about a half a mile from the beach. You drive a mile west.
Please take one of the bridges, otherwise you're going to be in the bay.
Please do. It's a what's it called? It's 5 degrees warmer in the summer. It's 5 degrees colder in the winter every time. We've had it where it's a blizzard of snow a mile west, and we have drizzle of rain here.
Summer down the shore.
Yeah, so
I really don't miss it.
You know what? You get used to it. Especially right here. You deal.
Well, if you live there, you have to. You've got to get used to it. If you have to drive to it, see, because I did used to live down there, and we'd always complain about all the bennies. And those of you who not from Jersey listening and don't know what bennies are, it's interesting because at one point they tried to spin it into a positive,
right? And
said, "Oh, bennies is short for benefactors of the area."
Yeah, no,
that was absolute bullshit.
Complete horseshit.
Benny stands for Bergen, Newark, New York. It's BENNY. There's a bridge that goes over the Raritan. It's the Driscoll Bridge. Its nickname is Benny Hill.
Well, you see now Benny Hill, exactly. Now there's two schools of thought on that. Bergen,
Newark,
New York. The BE for Bergen, the N for Newark, and the NY for New York.
Right. Then there's Bergen, Essex.
There's Bergen, Essex, Newark, and New York. But Newark is in Essex. But here's the other one.
Yes.
Bayonne, Elizabeth, Newark, and New York. That's the other one that everybody.
That's too specific, because you get so many people from the rest of Bergen County. I prescribe to the Bergen, Newark, New York.
So whatever it is, it means North Jersey and New York coming down the shore. That's what.
Pretty much, yes, it does.
And what's weird about that too? Hold that thought. What's weird about that? If you're in North Jersey, Dave, I'll ask you. If you're in North Jersey and you're going to drive to the beach, you are going
down the shore.
You are going
down the shore.
Down the shore. If you have arrived at the beach, you are
at the shore.
No.
Oh, if you're at the beach, you're at the beach.
No, you're down the shore. It's the same thing.
Still down the shore. You're going down the shore.
So you're going down the shore, and you're down the shore. So
now, what's interesting when we talk about the bennies, this is really just pretty much Long Island and North, Long Beach Island and North. That's where the bennies go.
Right.
Once you get below Long Beach Island, now you're talking about the Philadelphia crowd.
Right. Below Long Beach Island, Sea Isle City, Ocean City, Atlantic City to a point. Well, everybody goes to that. And Wildwood, big one, Wildwood.
And
Sea Isle City, Ocean City, predominantly.
And he's not saying it, he's Russian. It's Sea Isle City. It sounds like he's saying Seattle City, but it's not.
Seattle City. It's Sea Isle City, Ocean City, Wildwood, or the Wildwoods. There's three.
Wildwoods, Avon,
right, and Avalon.
Avon's up by Asbury,
and Cape May. Right.
So, but the interesting is
that's where Philadelphia and
but they don't go down the
Jersey,
shore. They go to the beach.
They go to the beach, right?
They go to the beach. So this is a different vernacular entirely. And I don't think they're called Bennies. I think they're just called Philly assholes or something like that.
No. We have plenty of Philly and Southwest Jersey friends.
I tease.
Yeah.
I tease. But no, there's got to be a derogatory name for them.
Hey, I'll say his name once. Because we can't say it 3 times. I'll say it once.
Yeah.
All right. Augie, along with John Hall, and I believe Justin Kennedy's there too. They're doing an episode of Steal the Spear from Human Robot right now.
Are they?
They're at Human Robot right now. And had I known that
TFT,
that was actually
TFTI.
Yeah, exactly. Had I known that was actually happening, so
they're in
ahead of time, we would be doing this show right now from their show.
Actually, we'd be doing the show on the other side of the brewery, heckling them, and starting a food fight.
Right. I don't know. You can't start a food fight in there because that would mean you're throwing pose.
No. I was just saying, I would not throw a crow sandwich. I would bring food from someplace else.
Bring something else to throw at them and eat the pose sandwich. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, absolutely. You don't do that to pose. I would bring. I'd bring rotten lettuce, definitely spotty tomatoes.
Right, exactly.
And in case I want to cause injury, sweet potatoes.
Could do that.
Yeah,
do that.
And maybe
not cooked, because cooked one's just kind of mush.
Raw, and maybe a pumpkin.
Sweet potatoes be good because sweet potatoes are indeed orange.
Oh yes, they are orange.
There you go.
And we don't actually get sweet potatoes here. We call them sweet potatoes. They're yams.
They're yams. Yeah. So same thing. And ironically too, a lot just so you're aware. And look, we're not speaking to the people that know this already. We're speaking to the people that aren't aware of this maybe. But if you drink pumpkin beer, a lot of the time you drink pumpkin beer, you're drinking a beer that doesn't necessarily have pumpkin in it.
And when it does,
it has yam in it. It has yam or sweet potatoes in it. Right. Yeah. So but anyway, so on that note,
I was going to say, but we digress, and that leads me to another thing. A shout out to our buddy Tom Overhill.
Yes.
Tom underwent surgery today on his knee. Mm-hmm. Buddy, recuperate soon. Get off those meds so you can drink with us again.
Yes, recoup soon. Get walking, and you're probably already walking because I mean, about 13 years ago, my father had knee surgery. He had 2 different surgeries. He had both knees replaced, but not at the same time. He was walking later that day on the knee. So there, and Tom is quite younger than my father was 13 years ago when he had the surgery. So I would assume that it's the same factor. So yes, Tom, recoup quick, get off the meds so you can drink with us again. And little foreshadow here. We won't announce exactly what it is, but within the next 5 weeks, Tom will be on another show with us here, and there'll be another guest as well. And but we do something special. We'll talk about it then. We'll let you know.
We are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be dropping an anchor.
Oh, there we go. It's right there.
We'll be dropping an anchor.
Never mind. Now I know what you're talking about.
And celebrating a little bit.
We might be celebrating a little bit. I might broadcast from the prairie.
Might you?
Yeah, maybe.
I got you. All right. Well, fair enough then. All right. So, in any event, yeah, this honey wheat's pretty tasty.
Nice.
There you go. All right. I had these sitting there. I definitely wanted to have them, and I figured this particular show perfect to drink these 2. Done.
There we go.
I do have one other can of Coastal Days. I'll have it on another show because it's a porter. I didn't feel like drinking a porter after these 2 beers on the first day of summer. So
no,
but
and just caveat to that, our first Summer Solstice show, which was actually June 22nd of 21. Our top 3s that day was top 3 barrel-aged stouts.
Right.
So the thing is, when John says, I didn't want to drink a porter today, it doesn't matter if it's summer. John, Tom Overhill, myself, we'll drink a barrel-aged stout, barrel-aged barley wine, a porter. I'll drink a Kolsch in winter. It's always what I feel like drinking at the time.
Absolutely.
And it's not dictated by the weather. But you know what? we're in the 21st century. 20.
We're in the 21st century.
21st century. We have air conditioning. We have heating. What does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
Just saying. Oh, well, what's next? What are we talking about next?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, I did want to dive a little bit into summer beers. We've done a summer beer top three.
Yeah,
I don't want to do a top three list by any means. We have our top three that we'll get to shortly. Actually,
it's a fun one.
What's that?
It's a fun one.
It's a fun one, and it kind of builds off of what we talked about last week too. Kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. But in any event, yeah, summer beers. Like what I enjoy drinking summer beers, but the summer beers that I drink aren't necessarily summer beers, right?
No.
And I'm those of you listening to the audio, I'm
air quoting,
right? Not like they're Kolsch's, they're Pilsners, they're Crispies, right? I'm drinking crispy beers.
Crispy ball.
Right. And I'm drinking some IPAs too, but maybe some lighter New England IPAs.
Or pale ale.
A nice pale ale. Those anything lighter. And a blonde ale, a honey wheat. These beers I had tonight on the show. I'll have or any wheat ales. American wheat ale would be nice. Something light, just any lighter beer. And to be quite honest with you, if you think about it, a lot of breweries when they release their, and I'm doing air quotes again, summer ale, are nothing more than the beer styles I just described to you. They're either a pale ale or a blonde or a honey wheat or a wheat ale.
They tend to be either wheats or blondes for the most part.
Right. So you're getting those styles, but I don't necessarily look for the word summer. I don't need the word summer.
No.
I know what I want to drink. I know I want the lighter, crispier beers in the summer, and I enjoy them, and that's what I look for. I will rarely drink, a really, really, really heavy double New England that maybe has a lot of bitterness in it or whatever. I will. I'm not saying I won't drink it.
New England's rarely have bitterness in them. That's the whole point of New England.
No, that has a lot of bitters for New England. I misspoke, but for like a little bit more, because there are, mind you, there are a lot of double New England IPAs out there that taste like you're drinking a 3% beer, which is a little scary because you have 2 or 3 of those, and hello.
And you're doing Irish yoga again.
And you're doing Irish yoga. Exactly. Right. But for the most part, I, stick with the Crispies. Later on at night now is a different story. Okay. Yeah. Sitting around a fire pit with a nice cigar later on a summer evening. None of
those beers can stand up to a cigar.
Not even having anything remotely like that. I'm either drinking a barrel-aged stout or a barrel-aged barley wine or a glass of bourbon with some ice in it. Right.
No. Yeah. Hey. What was that? Well, also you want a good full-bodied red also goes pretty damn well with cigar.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, it does. It
does as well.
Anything that has a nice beefy amount of malt in it. All right. And what I just said, between stouts, and when I say barley wines, I don't mean, and make no mistake, a good American barley wine or triple IPA, at some point you want to call it that. I'm speaking about the English version, the English barley wine. So barley wine, bourbon barrel-aged English barley wine, barrel-aged stout, a bigger stout. Again, a bourbon drink or just bourbon or rye. I'm a big rye guy. I'll drink a lot of rye, as I've mentioned on the show before. But
what's interesting is during the summer, I don't think I drink as much beer. I think I head towards spirits and cocktails a little more. Mojitos tend to make a showing for me. I love to make blueberry mojitos.
Yes.
So when you're doing your muddling, throw in a handful of blueberries, muddle that right into it, and just do what you would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon drop martinis. Those will make more of a showing. I think I drink. I don't think it's not that I drink more spirits and cocktails. I drink different spirits and cocktails, and maybe not as much beer. But it's a fallacy. I'm just talking about at home,
right?
Because summertime, you travel. You get out there, you travel, you find, and we've said it many times before. When I travel, like John, you look for the breweries.
Of course.
So Montreal. I forget how many breweries we hit in just a long weekend in Montreal. We hit quite a few
You said
breweries.
you 20, 19 or 20, something
I
like
think it was
somewhere
I think it was 18 actually.
18, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, in like 3 4 days. Right.
Hmm.
So we looked at this in Utah. Utah was more about hiking and being in the national parks, but still hit quite a few breweries while we are there.
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
So you look for these things
Hmm.
during now that was a spring trip, but
Right.
we always travel in the summer as well.
Hmm.
Carrie's birthday's in August, so
Of course.
we travel for that, and you look for the breweries out there. You want to see what everyone else is doing.
It's funny. You do the same thing. You travel in April for your birthday. You
Yep.
travel in August for Carrie's birthday.
Yep.
We travel in February for Jess's birthday and April for my birthday.
There you
One year we gotta travel together and we gotta start. I mean, your birthday is 11 days before mine,
Correct.
so we gotta go on a 13-day trip, 14-day trip, and leave
Yep.
a day before your birthday and come back a day after my birthday.
There you go. Well, it's funny because we did do Carrie and I did go to Nashville with my brother. My brother and I are also
Mhm.
11 days apart, but he's 11 days prior to me.
Prior, yeah. So we need to go away, all of us. We'll bring Brian and Becky,
Yep.
and the six of us will go away for the entire month of April.
There we go.
There you
Take care of that. Actually, what my brother and I did is we planned it for the week between,
Right.
and we celebrated on the day 6 after his, day 6 prior to mine,
Right.
and went from there, and had a great time. So
There you go. Fair enough.
we need to do that. I need to do that again with him, and because there's one city I will not go to without him as a guide.
There you go.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yes.
He has spent a lot of time in New
Say
Orleans.
it again.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yes.
It's
N-O-R. New Orleans. Yeah.
Norlnus.
New
Orleans. New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
L-U-N-S. Yeah. New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. Or NOLA if you prefer.
NOLA works.
NOLA. He's been there so often, and he likes to travel the way I do. Neither one of us particularly like the tourist stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We want to feel what it's like to be a local, and he's been enough times that he can do that. He can. I'm proud of the fact that there's been many places that I've traveled to where people have stopped me and asked for directions.
Right.
Because I'm comfortable where I am. I was like,
Sure.
I've figured things out, and usually the scary part is I can usually give them directions.
Right.
Well,
it's funny. It's like,
first.
Right. Well, I mean, you know me in Boston, right, Justin?
Yeah,
we go up to Boston like 2-3 times every
That's
year.
one of the places I got asked.
Right. Yeah. So like if somebody asked me for directions in Boston, I mean, I honestly could probably tell them where to go quicker than some people that actually live around Boston.
Yes.
So, but not most. Some. Living at that. Depending on what they're asking for, right? If they're asking for a brewery or a bar or a
restaurant.
Or restaurant,
yeah, or sports venue.
Sports venue. I'll
or roadside Americana.
Well, of course. Well, well, I guess they can ask Jess, but ask me because I'm driving there in the first place.
You've already
I've already been there, right? Exactly.
Historical spot.
Yep. Any of that stuff, yes.
Where to get the best BLT?
Oh my God,
John loves his BLT.
The best BLT in Boston is in Portland, Maine. But
and it's at a brewery.
It's at a brewery, right? So anyway, all right. So let's. On that note, want to do our.
Before we do, and I did read something just recently, and this is germane to our top threes.
German.
No, I tell you, I got to get back to the Austrians anyway.
All right. Okay.
Germane
to it. I got you. It has to do with our top.
There's
three.
Relevancy to the top three.
Right, exactly.
I just read something today that scientists have found out that ice cream might be healthy for you.
Might be.
Yes, that it may help stave off the diabetes.
Interesting.
And it's due to the protein, and I think they said the mid-level fats that are in it. Huh. Like that is very interesting. So eat more ice cream. And now we're going to go into
our top three.
There's our
segue.
Where to eat them.
Top 3 favorite ice cream places, folks. Top 3 favorite ice cream places is our top 3 list for tonight.
And neither one of us are really sticking to 3.
No, I got like 5. So,
Yeah, I've got 5 as well.
one of them you're not going to go to anymore, though. I'll explain when I talk. Dave is going to go first. Samurai, have at it.
The first thing I've got to do is
Pay homage to.
this one place in Wall Township. It was just off the circle. It's long gone. I think it was the first place ever that did the dipped cone.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it.
I will get it. I will get it. You know what? I will. How long ago was that?
We're talking the 70s.
Okay, hold on.
We're talking the 70s. It was just.
It was still around in the 80s, though, right?
It probably was still around in the 80s. I remember going there. My grandparents would take my brother and I there all the time.
I'm gonna find out right now.
You're gonna find out right now.
I have the technology.
We have the We have the money. We have the technology. We can build them stronger. We can. Oh, sorry. Where's the wall circle? So I can tell you what's probably there right now.
There's nothing there at the wall circle. There's nothing at the wall circle. Where that was it within the strip? Was it in the strip?
No. Cluck U is in the building now where it was.
Okay, fair enough. Fair.
Okay. I know there's a Sundays right across the street from it. That's not where it was. Where Cluck U is, that's where it was. Not too far from Hink's Turkey Farm. And if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best coleslaw in the world comes out of Hink's. Potato salad, everything. My God.
So wait. So it was in where Cluck U is right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty certain it's where Cluck U was.
Keep talking because I gotta send a text.
Yeah, it's Cluck U is in the building it used to be in.
In the exact building.
Exact building.
In the space or just that building?
No, it's that building. Well, it's a standalone building.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
It's a standalone building. My grandfather's ticket. So it's on my list as a nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
As a nostalgia.
And it's across the street from where Sundays is, yeah.
Yep, so it's not Sunday, so don't be telling me it's Sundays. Cluck U is sitting in its position right now in that building. It's been a bunch of things since it was the ice cream place as well. So we're going to go there. The next one's also a nostalgia, Austin, New Jersey, and this is a shout out.
These are honorable mentions. These are not your top 3.
These are the honorable mentions. This one is a shout out to my mom, and I'd be remiss if I did not do that. 18 years ago today, she left us. So the solstice to me is always a little bittersweet because of that. But one of her favorite places to go for ice cream was Jersey Freeze. Again, off of the circle, right off the Freehold Circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not that it's that much of a coincidence. It's just Jersey had a lot of circles back in the day. And these 2 circles are just happen to be 2 of the circles that still survive. There's an Eatontown circle. No, they took the Freehold Circle out, actually, right? Freehold Circle's gone too.
It's gone, yeah.
Yeah, that's gone too. They drove that.
Wall Circle's still there.
Wall Circle is still there. But Jersey Freeze is so damn popular that their property is more parking lot than anything.
Right.
The building's still big. Don't get me wrong. It's not like a little shack. It used to be a little shack, and it expanded a few times.
I got the name of the place for you.
Yeah, get it to me.
Would you like it?
Yeah.
What's the name of the place in Freehold?
Jersey Freeze. This was Jersey Cone, right? Or
no, it's Jersey what?
Freeze.
Okay, and what is it by in Wall?
Circle Freeze.
There you go.
That's it. Circle Freeze. That's it. There we go. Circle Freeze. That's what it was called. Oh my God! But you're gonna have to let me know who you asked for that.
That's Jess's cousin. They grew up in Wall. So
there you go.
Yeah,
Circle
and she's our age. She's not.
Yeah.
So
she'll remember that.
Well, she's younger than us, but she's closer to our age.
Yes.
How's that?
And she'll remember that they were probably one of the first places to do the cone dip.
Yep.
Yeah. At any rate, so now to my top 3, and I'm going to stay in Jersey for number 3. But I'm going to get it. These are all kind of near the shore. I'm going to get way away from the shore up towards Lake Hopatcong here. And in Ledgewood, New Jersey, there is a place called Cliffs.
Yes, Cliffs.
if you go to Cliff's and you're online, you get to the front of the line and you order a soft serve, someone online might smack you in the back of the head. They're all about the hard pack ice cream. And man, they've got some flavors there, and they do some wonderful things there with, especially the fruited ice creams. Their peach cobbler ice cream is astonishingly good. They were doing butterbeer ice cream long before Harry Potter came out.
Oh, it's so good, right? Oh my God,
Well
it's
done.
so good. Such a good.
And we're not even going to get into the line of chocolate ice creams they have.
Mm-hmm.
They're fantastic. Cliff's ice cream in Ledgewood. They also do hamburgers and hot dogs, and those are actually pretty damn good for an ice cream stand. But you go there for the ice cream. You absolutely go there for the ice cream. I'm going to leave the state for numbers 2 and 1. To me, for the longest time, thanks to my friend Bill, who I met in college, the summer meant getting out of the heat and humidity of New Jersey and getting up into the mountains of the Adirondacks.
Okay.
We loved it up there. There's no humidity. You could breathe. It was fantastic. We camp up there. And I'll get back to the camping for my number 1. Number 2 is north of Saranac Lake. It's near Harrietsville. It might actually be the Harrietsville portion of that. It's called Donnelly's Soft Ice Cream. So Donnelly's is actually a dairy, and the dairy building is right behind the little shack that is the ice cream place. And there's a couple of things that make this wonderful. One is the quality of the ice cream. The first are the signs as you start walking in. The first sign says, just pick a size. The flavor has already been chosen for you.
Nice.
So every day there's only one flavor. The second sign is, our flavors are always swirled with vanilla. So the flavor is never vanilla. The swirl is the flavor. And then when you get in and you look up, you'll see the chart behind the counter that tells you what flavors are on what day. Now they're generic, like this day is a nut flavor, this day is a red fruit flavor, this day is a dark fruit flavor, whatever. And there's also a sign that says today's flavor is. Mm-hmm. So 2 days of the week it is chocolate, because chocolate is very, very popular. But the quality of the ice cream is very, very good. And you can also get cheese curds because they are a dairy. So you gotta love that.
Exactly.
You need cheese curds for your poutine. But I mentioned we camped. We camped at a place called Golden Lake that was in Racket, New York. A couple towns away from Racket was a town called Inlet. And Inlet has they're on Eighth Lake. No. They're on Fifth Lake, I think. At any rate, it's one of the numbered lakes of the Fulton chain. And there's a park there called Arrowhead Park. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. But the highlight of it is a place called Northern Lights Creamery. Northern Lights Creamery. This now is where you're going to get your soft serve. The first time that Bill and I went there, we both ordered a large vanilla soft serve with chocolate sprinkles. Do you call them sprinkles or jimmies?
Both.
Okay, fair enough.
My mother called them jimmies. I actually refer to the chocolate sprinkles as jimmies and the rainbow colored sprinkles as sprinkles. That's growing up. That's what it was. If you wanted the chocolate ones, it was jimmies. If you wanted the rainbow ones, in our immediate, like our local, like my sister, my mother, my father, blah, blah. So it was, you wanted the chocolate ones, it was jimmies. You wanted the rainbow colored ones, it was sprinkles.
Interesting.
It was easier to
delineate.
Right.
So when they handed us the cones, it's funny, they hand it to you and your arm automatically drops because it's a lot heavier than you think it is. This is one of the densest soft serves outside of a custard. Mm-hmm. A little shout out to Coors there. But man, it's so dense. It's so good. And one of the funniest things, one time Bill and I went there, we're standing up front. They got 2 windows, like most of these ice cream places do. Just slide open. One of them said open on it. One of them said closed. So we're not sure if the place is open or closed. We're standing there and we're just looking at the place. Finally, a guy slides a window open and goes, "Can I help you too? Like, we're trying to figure out if you're open or not." He goes, "Yeah, see the sign says open." Like, "Yeah, but that one says closed." He goes, "Well, it's because this window's open, that one's closed."
Right. Exactly.
Good
Right.
thinking. Really quick. So yeah, Northern Lights Creamery up in Inlet, New York. Probably one of my favorite ice cream experiences. Definitely my favorite vanilla soft serve, but my favorite hard pack ice cream, hard ice cream, Cliffs, hands down.
Right.
Johnny, you
All right. All right. I got about 13. So no.
only 13.
There you go. Well, first thing.
And we've already mentioned Carvel. So
Yeah.
Carvel is just they called them Jimmy's, didn't they?
They called them Jimmy's. Yeah.
Yeah, they called them Jimmy's.
Okay. So on all of this note, my top three, I'll just rattle them off: Dairy Queen, Carvel, and no, I'm kidding.
And Baskin Robbins.
And Baskin Robbins. Yeah. No.
Oh yes.
All right. So just joking. I'm joking. All right. So here we go. First, I'm going to give my honorable mentions. Okay.
And nothing wrong with any of those three.
No, not at all. Really, absolutely. I will give, I'm going to give a shout out to a few things here. Okay, I'm going to give a shout out to Coors. You just mentioned it, Coors custard. You got it.
And it's the only time that I'll ever order anything other than juice or a mimosa or a screwdriver that's orange flavored would be at Coors. It's the only time ever.
Yeah, the creamsicle custard with the orange and vanilla twirl. Soft serve.
It's special.
It's special.
That is to me.
If you know, that's really all it comes down to.
And it's one of those things that to me screams summer.
It's summer, absolutely. Yeah. More on that in another show. Yeah. I will also give a shout out to. We're just saying it.
Sotolos?
No, well, I'm getting there, but that's an honorable mention. I'm going to give a shout out.
Right.
Right, I'm going to give a shout out. You just said it before I mentioned
Carvel.
No, not Carvel. It'll come to me. But in any event, I'll do my honorable mention. Strollo's. Strollo's in Belmar it's tasty ice cream. It's a nice walk from where we are. It's up the north end. It's right before you go over the bridge into Avon, and it's not Avon. It's Avon. It's Avon, right? It's Avon for makeup for women. It's Avon for the town, and it's not just Avon. It's Avon by the sea,
and hyphenated, by the way.
All hyphenated. Yeah. Just like in Bergen County, there's Hohokus. It's not HOHOKUS. It's HO-HO-KUS, right?
And that is because it is a Lenape word.
It's a Lenni Lenape Indian word. Yes. Yep. Lenni Lenape indigenous persons word.
Yes.
I'm being.
But if you're in Canada, it's First Peoples.
First Peoples word, right? Yes. Lenni Lenape. It's a Lenni Lenape word.
Lenape.
It's a Lenape word. Anyway. And then also to they have a location down in Point Pleasant as well called the Lighthouse.
Okay.
Same thing. I will give a shout out to the Bent Spoon in Princeton. The Bent Spoon Creamery in Princeton. Fantastic ice cream.
You just reminded me of an ice cream place that oh my God, I am very remiss on this one. Thomas Sweets.
Fair enough.
Because they do have a place in Princeton, but the original's in Rutgers, in New Brunswick. Mm-hmm. They do these things called blend-ins.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You pick your ice cream, you pick in the blend-ins, and you just go crazy. They put in this big screw, and they hand it to you. And anyway, I'm sorry.
Beach Plum Creamery in Bradley Beach actually has some decent. I'm just throwing that out there because they actually do. If you're in Bradley Beach, go there. They have good ice cream. But my other honorable mention is going to be something hasn't been there for many, 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 many years. So it's so gone. It's let's put it this way. I was a kid the last time I went there. All right. And that was in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, up in Bergen County. And that was Jan's, JAHN''S. You could, they had so much, they had regular food there, but you went there for ice cream. You went there for the ice cream. And that was the place the famed kitchen sink. You can get the kitchen sink.
Ah, nice.
All right. So anyway, that was great. But my top three, here we go. I digress.
So that to you is like my Circle Freeze then.
That's your Circle Freeze. Ironically, I've been to Circle Freeze. I don't know if you've been to Jan's, but
no.
Whatchamacallit. So in any event, here's my top three. Number 3 is going to be in Asbury Park. It's Cookman Creamery. It's a newer place.
Yeah, I've not heard of that
Very,
one.
very, 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 very tasty ice cream. They're making very good ice cream. It's on right on Cookman. Shocker, right? Cookman Creamery,
That makes sense, I
right?
guess. It's
My number
clever. See what they did there.
exactly. My number two is right over here in Spring Lake, Hoffman's ice cream. You know it well, Dave.
I know it from Point Pleasant,
Hmm.
actually. Was Spring Lake the original or Point?
Uh, Point might have been the
I
original.
think Point's the original. That's
Right.
another place I would go to
Point is the original. Point is
with
the
my
original.
mom. With my
Yeah.
mom.
But Hoffman's in Spring Lake, yes, that's or yeah, exactly. Um, Very, very, very delicious ice cream. And for me,
Hoffman's is one of those that it took a while for the tourists to figure that one out because us locals kept that one a secret.
right. And now
Very
you go to during the summer, you go to Hoffman's
lines down the
in
block.
Spring Lake. Yeah, it's literally out the front
Either
door,
place. Either place.
around down the block. It's
Yeah.
like you're waiting an hour for ice cream.
Yep. Same
Right.
thing. Same thing at the Point Pleasant location.
Right. Exactly. I remember what my other shout out was. I just have to do one thing before I actually tell it to you, and that is just zero in.
You got to drum roll it.
Well, I'll give you. I'll tell you also another shout out. Applegate Farms in Montclair.
So that's where you can buy the farm. That's another. That's like the kitchen sink. It's an eating challenge. I've never been a huge fan of Applegate.
Decent stuff, but this one to me is better, and that's Van Dyke's Ice Cream in Glen Rock. Actually, it's in Ridgewood.
Okay.
It's right near the border. It's in Ridgewood, yeah.
Okay.
On Ackerman Avenue, Ridgewood, right before you get to Godwin Avenue. Van Dyke's, yeah, very, very good ice cream. But I digress. My number one, and it's for me, it's my number one for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, the ice cream is fantastic. Two, it's literally a 3-minute walk because it's around the corner from my house, and that's Nicky Macanico's up on Main Street in Belmar.
Oh, so I didn't know Indian people made ice cream.
Nicky Macanico's, yeah, yeah, they're Irish. Yeah.
Oh, it's a different Iranian. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway,
you know what? It's amazing.
Nick Macanico's amazing ice cream. There you go. So those are my
amazing how many nations actually begin with an I, because you got Iceland, Iran, Iraq, Ireland, India, Italy.
Yeah, I was going to say Italy. Yeah,
that's what we brought up. It's a lot of I's. Well, Ivory Coast is actually technically Cote d'Ivoire, but
it's story, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And one other thing I just wanted to mention: you said that you went to Hoffman's and Circle Freeze, and I'm sorry, Hoffman's and Jersey Freeze with your mom.
Yep.
Okay. Who passed away 18 years ago today.
18 years ago today.
Okay. The ice cream was a big thing for us growing up, and Jimmy's that came from my mom. She was all about the Jimmy's on her ice cream, and she passed away 23 years ago tomorrow. So
to our moms.
To the moms. There you go. Love you, Mom. So there you go. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. What do you think? I think we're good. All right. Well, I'm glad we did the Summer Solstice show.
Yep.
I enjoyed this and throwing the ice cream out there. We got a couple other spins on what we did for the top 3 list. We'll get to them throughout the summer.
Yep. We got some others. We actually have some stuff banked for a change.
We do. Yeah, exactly. It's about time, right?
Yeah. We're usually begging our guests, can you think of something for the top 3s?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's almost 3 years now, right? I mean, it's and it's different top 3 list every week.
Well,
this is show 137.
We have repeated once.
No, we repeat
twice.
We repeat pumpkins
and
we repeat holiday beers.
That's it.
Every year. So this show will be the 4th ones for those.
Yep.
So there you go. So.
Alrighty then.
All right. Well, on that note, everybody remember we'll post it tomorrow or Friday, so it'll be this week for the information for the contest for Dave's Guinness consumption in
mass consumption,
if you will. Guinness consumption. We'll go with that in Ireland, but make sure you get those guesses in by midnight, before midnight, I should say, on August 4th. And
Yes.
and we'll
And tune in every week for the next clue to give yourself a leg up on everyone else.
We're not going to post the clues.
Nope.
We'll post the rules. The clues, you have to watch the shows.
Yep.
So hopefully you're watching the shows. So there you go. Now you can take a guess without the clues if you wish, but watch the shows. You
can put your guess in right now if you want.
Exactly. So have at it, and there you go. All right. So, all right. On that note, we will wrap the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.loggerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Logger Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time or so. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts.
You can't get
Amazon Music
Spotify
Podcast
right now. It's still not fixed. It's still not fixed.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, and iHeartRadio as well. If you are trying to download it and listen to it on Spotify, there is an issue going on. Hopefully, it'll be fixed within the next few days, if not very soon. You can always just listen to the audio off of Facebook or YouTube too.
Yeah.
You can pull it up on your phone and just not watch it, just listen to the audio. So it's the same exact podcast. You can do it that way. But in any event, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. Enjoy your summer. Happy summer. Cheers once again.
Cheers. Happy solstice.
There you go. And drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. And we'll talk to you next week, folks. Take care.
Later.
Cheers.